Good morning everyone. So in this lecture video we are going to third unit, which is our functional dependency and normalization. So here in this unit we are going to study about the functional dependency between the data and between the tables which is present in the database, and also about the normalization process. So let's see in detail about what is functional dependency and what are the types of functional dependencies, and what is decomposition, what is lossy decomposition, and what is meant by normalization in this brief series. So our first topic is functional dependency. So here the functional dependency is abbreviated as FD, which we can call it as a set of constraints between two attributes in a given set of relation. That means here the functional dependency is used to define whether the two attributes present in the set of variables have same value or not. Then those two tuples must to have same values for attributes in the another set of variables. So here the functional dependency is denoted by the symbol arrow. That is, look at this example. Here I had provided as x tends to y. So that means x will determines the value of y. So the x we call it as determinant and the y we call it as dependent variable. So x is a determinant variable which defines the value of y, and y is a dependent variable which depends on x in order to produce a value of y. So this is how we are going to define the functional dependencies. And next, so in the table, so here it is a relation which exists between one attribute uniquely determines the another attribute. So here R denotes the relationship between the attribute x and y. So we can say that y is fully functionally dependent on x. Okay, so which means that x is a unique key which has the ability to determine the value of y. So here also just look at here we are having in the table we are having a student ID, student name, and the surname of the student. So here the student ID and when we take a relationship between student ID and surname means the surname is fully dependent on the primary key student ID. So here the surname is a dependent variable and student ID is a determinant variable. So the relationship between these two variables is functional dependency. That means the surname is fully functionally dependent. That means the surname is entirely dependent on the student ID. And obviously we can say that the name of the student is also depends upon the student ID, which is a primary key. And next is the, here also we can say, again we are having student ID, name, surname, age and mark. So again we say that the age depends on student ID. Mark also depends on the student ID, but the student ID, that means but the student age and the mark, more than one student ID can have different age and mark. So this is not fully functionally dependent. So we can say that the age and mark, when we take age column and mark means they are not dependent on each other, as because more than one student can have different age mark. That means more than one student can get same mark. So the age and mark are not fully dependent, but the age and student ID is fully functionally dependent, and the mark and the student ID is fully functionally dependent. And decomposition means, so we are breaking down one single table into multiple tables. That process we call it as decomposition. That is dividing or breaking down one single table into multiple table in order to provide an efficient access to the data. And this is what the decomposition table. So in the first full table we are having employee ID, employee name, age, city, salary, department ID and department name. Now just we are, for our efficiency, we are dividing this entire table into two tables, as employee table and also as a department table. So in both table we are commonly we should have a key in order to relate this two table in order to join this two table. So in employee table we are having employee ID. Similarly in department table we are having employee ID. So you know that here employee ID will act as a foreign key. So this employee ID is used for joining these two tables. So this is how we have to decompose a table into another table, so that we should able to join both the tables. So just to try this example, or just this is some of the activities. That is, fully functional dependence is a set of constraint between two attributes in a relation. Decomposition means, again, it's a process of breaking down one table into one or more tables. So here we are having redundancy. So redundancy means repetition of same data. So just you identify whether this table has redundancy or not. So I hope you understand what is functional dependency, and what is mean by decomposition, what is determinant variable, and what is dependent variable. So in next class we will see about the normalization process and also the types of functional dependencies. Okay, so thank you.